welcome everyone. This is Arif Sanshani from Sindh University Campus Lalkhana, Department of Computer Science 2K25. Today we discuss four topics of C language. Outline: Loop in C language, condition statement, array in C programming, C preprocessors. First of all, we discuss loop in C language. In any programming language including C, loops are used to execute a set of statements repeatedly until a particular condition is satisfied. How it works: the below diagram depicts loop execution. As per the above diagram, if the test condition is true, then the loop is executed, and if it is a false, then the execution breaks out of the loop. After the loop is successfully executed, the execution again starts from the loop entry and again checks for the test condition, and this keeps on repeating. The sequence of statements to be executed is kept inside the curly brackets known as the loop body. After every execution of the loop body, condition is verified, and if it is found to be true, the loop body is executed again. When the condition checks returns false, the loop body is not executed and execution breaks out of the loop. Types of loop: there are three types of loop in C language, namely while loop, for loop, do while loop. While loop. While loop can be addressed as an entry control loop. It is complete in three steps. First, variable initialization. Second, condition. Third, variable increment or decrement. Example of while loop: for loop. For loop is used to execute a set of statements repeatedly until a particular condition is satisfied. We can say it is an open-ended loop. In for loop, we have exactly two semicolons, one after initialization and second after the condition. In this loop, we can have more than one initialization or increment decrement separated using comma operator, but it can have only one condition. The for loop is executed as a follow. It first evaluates the initialization code, then it checks the condition expression. If it is true, it executes the for loop body. Then it evaluates the increment or decrement condition and again follow from step 2. When the condition expression becomes false, it is exit the loop. Example of for loop: do while loop. In some situation, it is necessary to execute body of the loop before testing the condition. Such situation can be handled with the help of do while loop. Do statement evaluates the body of the loop first, and at the end the condition is checked using while statement. It means that the body of the loop will be executed at least once, even though the starting condition inside while is initialized to be false. Example of do while loop: jumping out of loop. Sometimes while executing a loop, it becomes necessary to skip a part of the loop or to leave the loop as soon as certain condition become true. This is known as jumping out of loop. First, break statement. When break statement is encountered inside a loop, the loop is immediately excited and the program continues with the statement immediately following the loop. Second, continue statement. It causes the control to go directly to the test condition and then continue the loop process. When encountering continue cursor, leave the current cycle of loop and start with the next cycle. Second, conditional statement in C. What is conditional statement in C? Conditional statement helps you to make a decision based on certain conditions. These conditions are specified by a set of conditional statement having boolean expression which are evaluated to a boolean value true or false. There are following types of conditional statement in C. Conditional structures: if, else if, switch. If statement: if the expression is evaluated to non-zero true, then if block statements are executed. If the expression is evaluated to 0 false, then control passes to the next statement following it. Example of if statement: if else statement. The if-else statement in C language is used to execute the code if condition is true or false. It is also called two-way selection statement. Example of if-else statement. Switch statement. Switch statement acts as a substitute for a long if-else if ladder that is used to test a list of cases. A switch statement contains one or more case labels which are tested against the switch expression. When the expression matches to a case, then the associated statement with that case would be executed. Example of switch statement. Third is array in C programming. An array is a group or collection of some data type. For example, an integer array holds the elements of integer type while a float array holds the elements of float types. Why we need array in C programming? Consider a scenario where you need to find out the average of 100 integer numbers entered by user. In C you have two ways to do this. First, define 100 variables with the integer data type and then perform 100 scanf operations to store the entered values in the variables and at last calculate the average of them. Second, have a single integer array to store all the values, loop the array to store all the entered values in array and later calculate the average. How to declare array in C? Similarly, an array can be of any data type such as a double, float, short, etc. How to access element of an array in C? You can use array subscript or index to access any element stored in array. Subscript *0, which means array represent the first element in the array. C array memory representation. All the array elements occupy contiguous space in memory. There is a difference of 4 among the address of subsequent neighbors. This is because this array is of integer type and an integer holds 4 bytes of memory. Example of array. 4 and last, C preprocessors. The C preprocessor is not a part of the compiler but is a separate step in the compilation process. In simple terms, a C preprocessor is just a text substitution tool and it instructs the compiler to do require preprocessing. Before the actual compilation, we will refer to the C preprocessor as a CPP. All preprocessors commands begin with the hash symbol. It must be the first non-blank character, and for readability a preprocessor directive should begin in the first column. The following section lists shown all the important preprocessor directives. This is a list of C processors. Preprocessors example. Analyze the following example to understand various directives. Hash define makes array length 20. This directive tells the CPP to replace instance of makes array length with 20. Use hash define for constant to increase readability. These directives tell the CPP to get stdio.hash from system libraries and add the text to the current source file. The next line tells CPP to get myheader.hash from the local directory and add the content to the current source file. Preprocessor examples continue. First, it tells the CPP to undefine exciting file size and define it as a 42. Second, it tells the CPP to define message only if message isn't already defined. Third, it tells the CPP to process the statement enclosed if debug is defined. This is useful if you pass the debug flag to the GCC compiler at the time of compilation. This will define debug so you can turn debugging on and off on the fly during compilation. Predefined macros. ANSI define a number of macros, although each one is available for use in programming, the predefined macros should not be directly modified. This is a list predefined macros. Preprocessor operators. The C preprocessor offers the following operators to help create macros. The macro continuation operator. A macro is normally confined to a single line. The macro continuation operator is used to continue a macro that is too long for a single line. For example, the eternize operator. The eternize or number sign operator, when used within a macro definition, convert a macro parameter into a string constant. This operator may be used only in macro having a specified argument or parameter list. For example, when the above code is compiled and executed, it produces the following result: Send Larkana, we love you. The token pasting operator. The token pasting operator within a macro definition combines two arguments. It permits two separate tokens in the macro definition to be joined into a single token. For example, when the above code is compiled and executed, it produces the following result: token 34 equal to 40. It happens so because this example result in the following actual output from the preprocessor print. This example show the concatenation of token into token 34, and here we have used both eternize and token pasting. The define operator. The preprocessor define operator is used in constant expression to determine if an identifier is defined using define. If the specified identifier is defined, the value is true, non-zero. If the symbol is not defined, the value is false, 0. The define operator is specified as shown. When the above code is compiled and executed, it produces the following result. Here is the message you wish. Thank you.